Hello everyone, my name is Funnyhan and welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. So, it is those time of the year again, where we have new banners and new characters that we're going to get. So, as you may have seen, I have not get any single 5-star yet. That's because I have not been chasing them. Although, in the next gacha, I think the character Kanyu is the character I'm going to try hard to get her because she is like the cutest of all them, and probably Fendi once his banner goes up again, but until then I cannot do anything. Alright, so as you may have noticed here, I have almost all 4 stars with like the exception of Chongyun, which is in this gacha world, Singchu, which is not actually, Bennett, and I think there's 2 more of the
team assemble. Or not.
and these 2 new characters, which is Xinyan and Chongyun on this banner. So I will try to like roll this twice, and if I get Chongyun and Xinyan, then I'll be good. Alright, let's just see how it goes. Come on, here we go. Alright, there's no legendary, as expected. I don't care about the weapon. And yep, there she is, Xinyan on the first roll. Oh, and Razor. Yeah, that never happens before. I never get like 2 4 stars in a single draw. So that's interesting. And wow, okay. Yeah, I rarely use Razor though, so this might be like a waste on his teleport, you know. But it's alright. 120 Masterless Stardust. Thank you. Alright, let's roll for Chongyun. Alright, let's see what we got. Still no golden thing. I'm not expecting any. Alright, weapon, don't care. And there he is. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, a lot of swords. Wow, I mean, it seems that my luck is on rolling for 4-star character, because I always seem to get what I want in like 2 rolls. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, I do have a lot of wishes to go, but I'm just going to save them. I still have like 14 here and 46 in this one. So the story goes that I was trying to get catching, but knowing the odds of you actually getting catching as your 5-star, it's just like so low. And so let's do some quick math. Let's do some quick math here. So yes, you have 0.04% chance to get catching before the pity counter comes in. And even if I get hit like the pity counters, I only have 6% chance of me getting catching. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep my Primo Gems for, I don't know, next. Oh boy. Right, so...
Are these statues?
Salt statues, I think.
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Yeah. Oh god, they actually do like a custom model just for this mission. I mean, this quest. So, yeah. Oh, hello guys, you're all level 90? Oh, another one.
Rise!
Okay. Salt.
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
Okay. magical shenanigans, I guess?
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
He's been thinking of money again.
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Quake!
Okay, that's not what I want to do. Oh boy, I'm 12. Okay, let me do this. Come on.
Crumble!
There you go. There you go. Okay, so what is this artifact?
Huh, just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Not really. I mean, on the chalice, you can just flip it up and it's going to basically just rain forever, right? So, yeah, this guy is not big brain.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
I don't know, dude. Oh no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to break the contract in front of the god of contract.
And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Well, we're on the topic of useless people.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you.
Can we now beat him up?
Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Alright, finally! Finally! This is a long time coming. I'm sorry, dude. Oh god, this guy is Yeah, there you go. So many pillars!
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Can we just kill him?
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon.
Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
Yet.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
What?
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the God of Salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the God of Salt. I believe those legends about the God of Salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the God of Salt all
Apparently
those
not.
years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Right, so I've come to think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis or Lord of Geo.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
So what? I mean, you cannot do anything against a god, especially when the god is already dead, at least what she knows.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Okay, Zhongli did say that not everyone here does not come just for the archaeological. But what about us? What is our intention to be here? Okay, so this is... Oh, I know. There you go. Okay, start. How do you guys get in? How do you guys get in? Oh, you guys are actually dead. You create like the geostructures here. Okay, I will have order.
We'll have order.
Goodbye. You can call Zhongli like weak, but you cannot deny that he is cool. Really cool. No, you don't. Okay, so what is this then? A blade?
This is... a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back! Fight back against the evil Morax! But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the God of Salt!
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
Well, it's a contract. You should analyze a contract before you agree to it.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her.
Are we going to fight you too?
Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Oh, is he going to reveal himself too? Like in Venti's quest?
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the God of Salt.
If I were her, I would ask for proof.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Come back!
What you said is really true, right?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
You know,
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
a
Salt
terrible curse.
and betrayal.
Seems to be fleeing for something, not suspecting something terrible was afoot. The posture of helplessness as they escape something. It is actually quite chilling now, isn't it? It's like they know they will turn into these salt statues like moments before it happens. So, yeah.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Yes, this is it. If the game doesn't explain, I would explain it after this, but yeah, this is basically what happened. This is like the epicenter of the entire thing, right? So this is the source of what basically turned them all into salt. So, oh, this is one that. Oh, this is the one that killed the god of salt.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day.
Oh, that shock expression though.
The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
Her people.
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't!
The proof is in front of you.
This must be a lie. A false history, all of it!
Then what are the salt statues are for?
Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
Well, we already know that he is Rex Lapis, so
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
Well, the people of Liyue will understood that one day, but you're not actually dead though, so yeah, I'm still salty about that. Unintended.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyanstone Forest?
Sure.
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Alright. Finally.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyanstone Forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
So what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler.
What?
You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
Alright, so, yeah, well, that's why you wanted me to come with you, but why didn't just bring me along to find the treasure?
Well, may you find treasure among the stars, even after you have left Teyvat. Now, I am the god of wealth, so I would think that my words have some weight here. Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Oh, we're just going to toss them?
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison.
Yeah, there must be a cinematic.
Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Alright. Yeah. So he really does want all gods to be gone from Liyue. Can we... Okay, what can we still talk to him?
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
I feel a bit bad for the god of salt.
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
When those relics cause Osial to grow in power?
Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more.
Oh, burn! Burn! Damn.
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
Sure. I mean, this is just the first chapter of your story, so I don't know when your second or third story will come out, probably like years from now, but it'll be fun to revisit him again. Thoughts, right? Okay, this is the time for me to review this story. Okay, so again, you have to realize that Zhongli's decision to make the contract before they enter that domain is actually his clever idea to punish those two figures, right? It is not an accident. It is not an accident that he actually explicitly states that you can only take one. So he lures her, the I forgot the name of that girl again. He lures her to just basically only be able to take one, but because she doesn't want to take one, then it is inevitable that she is going to break the contract, right? So it really shows just how clever this guy is. If I do have one complaint though, it is that we only talk to Zhongli near the end of the quest instead of like along the way, because it would be like more interesting if we manage to like talk to him along the way. It'll be interesting to basically dig up what his thoughts are along the way instead of like being blasted with facts at the end, right? But yeah, I mean, this quest is actually quite good. It's actually really good. So yeah, I think that's my thoughts about this quest. This quest is pretty much interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you do. Please share and subscribe for more videos of another indie games, another episodes of Genshin Impact in the future. Now, this video is a little bit different from the last time I created videos of Genshin Impact playthrough. That's because I kind of like putting more of my own self-thoughts, which actually makes the video a lot longer, but I don't know if it's like less boring for you guys, because there's not a lot of you who watch this video anyway, at least right now. So let me know what you think. Do you want me to like talk more during this kind of quest, or are you just here for the story itself? Because if it is just for the story, then I will like reduce my amount of commentary. And with that, I think I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.